G'day, welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally Graham. I'm in Sydney at the 2025 RIU Resources Roundup, speaking with Ian Prentice of Cosmo Metals. Now, before we get on to your new projects, Cosmo Metals, it's a new gig for you too.
It is a new gig. Yeah. G'day, Wally. Going well. So it is a new gig for me. I've been MD for 2.5 months. Right. So it's pretty exciting actually to get them back in the exploration game.
All right. So new gig and new projects.
And new projects, yeah. So I guess the two sort of came together. So we've acquired some projects in northern New South Wales, up in the New England origin, and I like the look of them, so I stepped into the MD role.
All right. So run us through the projects. What are they? The names of them, and what are you doing with them?
Yeah. So Bingra and Nundle. So they're up either side of Tamworth, along the Peel Fault. So New England origin. That's where Lavotto's Hillgrove project is being redeveloped, and a lot of attention out there. So a fair bit of antimony in the air. So we've got these great projects. So Bingra particularly, we've got a gold trend, so sort of an orogenic primary gold with some antimony, and then parallel to that we've got a copper trend with some VMS copper zinc deposits as well. So a lot of historic mining dating back to the mid-1800s, but very little exploration. So the last lot of drilling was probably 30 odd years ago. So really exciting, really a lot of opportunities, good commodity mix, and lots to do.
All right, so it's interesting because I was just sort of formulating my next question in my brain. But so I was going to say, what attracted you to the projects? And you're saying like not for 30 odd years any work sort of being done out there. So there must have been some something that took you there.
Yeah, look, it's pretty interesting. The vendors who we bought this off, they did some really good sort of, I guess, technical work based on what the GL Survey of New South Wales were doing. So they did a prospectivity exercise back in 2017 and identified a couple of real hotspots at Bingra and Nundle for orogenic gold antimony. So before anyone was talking about antimony, the survey had already done that work and identified these, and the guys who picked up the ground, they used that data, and so good technical basis, identified the projects, put some exploration licences out there, and they've held them for 7 or 8 years before we came along.
All right, so some some forward thinking from previous owners.
Yeah, absolutely, and for me that's really good. So they've had the commitment, they've had a look at all the data, they've said, okay, here's an opportunity, and then they've picked that up and they've sort of worked it along to a point where it was ready to go into a listed entity. So.
All right, so the next sort of activity that you've got planned for out there?
Yeah, so we should have people on ground next week, so we'll be straight into it. Particularly on the Bingra project, so we do have an antimony prospect that we want to get onto the ground and have a look at, and we've got some great gold areas we want to do some work on. We've flown LiDAR, which seems to be a pretty popular thing these days, so we've got LiDAR over both projects, so we'll have that out into the market. We've got some samples from our DD exercise that haven't been assayed as yet, so they're going to come out shortly. But this is all leading towards drilling, so we're going to be drilling. Target is probably late July. We'll be hopefully on the ground doing drilling on a thing called Spring Creek, and Spring Creek is the only area really that had any real significant amount of drilling back in the day, so in the mid-18 and mid-1980s, and some great hits, very shallow, basically from surface. So we're going to go do a bit of follow-up work on that, and that'll be the first lot of drilling we'll do.
All right, and so we can expect to be able to pitch our tent in any of these when we want to come up for the Tamworth Music Festival.
Exactly, exactly. Camping at Nundle and away you go.
All right, I'll be in touch about that. All right, Ian. It's great to catch up, and congratulations on the new gig, and no doubt you'll do some good work there as you always do.
Awesome. Thanks very much, Wally.
Cheers.